There nearly is. Slowing up again on the apex. As we look from the behind of. Meanwhile, I think there's just been a change of position here. There is Timmen and Lewis. Lewis has a broken front wing, but he's going to go down the inside. It's very. Well, there was optimism there, but it didn't really turn out to anything. As meanwhile, there's a yellow flag for that down at Sector 1. But here at Sector 3, there's two battles here. One for the podium, one for the win. For P5. So, yeah, so Devon's getting 4th and 5th. The Red Bull has spun and the Ferrari spun. The leader's spinning. What has happened here? The Villeneuve chicane, for the 54th time, has caught out the first two drivers that have entered it. Not too sure what happened there. It looks like they started to do their donuts early there or something. I'm not too sure. But the Red Bull having a bit of a rotation there. The Ferrari having a bit of a frenzy slide for whatever reason. Timmen hasn't had the same thing happen to him. Don't know about Missile. I don't know if he's going to end up spinning at the Villeneuve chicane. Mistakes, absolutely just walking in, bursting into the scene here with 9 laps to go. Keep it on the road, lads. Holy moly. It's heading out of Ravazza and into the pits for the Red Bull. What happens to the Ferrari? He stays out. Now, why is the Red Bull pitting? What's the Red Bull pitting for? A little clunk on the wall there. Soft tyres for the Red Bull. He's going for the fastest lap. And Max it, looking like he's going to take a podium for Sauber, which is something that only Nico Hulkenberg has done so far. In this year. But yeah, what a race it's been so far. As Biels, Max and Rare all go through. FedEx is also catching up in this. So this threesome has turned into a quadrio here as they head through the Sebring Ice curve. And now round turn 10. And it's wide for the BMW Sauber. That's going to leave FedEx to maybe have a move down the straight on the BMW. The Red Bull's going for it again. Round the outside, nearly contact. They just about get through fine. The Ferrari not able to make a move stick. Rare though, is he able to make a roll to the lead on MBUs? There's FedEx on the inside. FedEx on the inside is going to make the move stick. Ooh. He's forcing Max wide. What on earth is happening to Rare? Shaking over the curve. That looks really weird. As heading into turn 4, Rare doing something rare on the exit turn 3. Now he's going to make a roll for the lead. But he makes it stick and Biels and Max collides. Oh, that is such a shame. Max, who was challenging for a P2 slot, now round at turn 4 with front wing damage. Biels caught out in that as well with front wing damage. FedEx back up into P2 and Rare, after whatever the heaven he was doing on that sausage curve, is now up into first. The Brawn stays on the racing line. The Red Bull goes for the move to the outside. They both go off. FedEx goes through on the pair of them. FedEx up into P2. Takes second place on the final corner. The Red Bull, the Brawn, fighting lap after lap for the last God knows how long. And FedEx comes through out of nowhere to take it from the pair of them. And now Paul Scholes giving a scolding to James, but gets a scold of his own with the penalty. Then comes James, or no, then comes FedEx. Ferris wheel lighting out. We see Joe having a bit of lights, but not a lot of lights, as down into the next corner. Joe's to the outside. Is he making the move stick? Just about. It's going deep. There's DXR. He's struggling under braking. Meanwhile, as we see the Ferris wheel going around, we see Joe looking to go round. Maybe on the inside or the outside of Lewis. He's looking on the inside, but Lewis defends very aggressively there. As Joe looking to maybe go to the high side and nearly contact with Lewis. As Lewis moving to the high side very late, but he looks like he'll get away with it. As it was just early enough for Joe to see. It's the 38 versus the... I can't tell what number that is, I'll find out soon. Oh, he's wide. Very wide. No, cutting. Not Burpin. Cutting over the Nova chicane. Looks like he got a penalty from it. He's 6 tenths behind the leader. Goes wide. through the swimming pool chicane. That could lead to disaster, but luckily, he's alright. He does. I'm not too sure how that's possible. And wow, another penalty there. As side by side for the McLaren and the Renault. What a move! And there's contact. The McLarens are out. The Ferrari of Kai is out. And there's an absolute pile-up again. 4 cars in the wall. Both absolute shocking for him. So James on the softener. What he's pulling away. James is out. James, the leader, causes a massive shunt. They all go off. It's absolute carnage. And there you have. Oh my lord! That's a car upside down. Hey Jeff, it's upside down. Oh my lord! James. The leader crashes. Oh wow. Yeah. Oh wow. Lewis is in the middle there, trying to find room for himself. I'm scared. Oh, off wide. That's short soda going off. Oh, nearly contact with Fanny. I don't know. It was like 1. On this restart, we're green for the last time. 10-second penalty for GC straight off the bat. The man who didn't have any penalties before now does have one. And now Lewis on the inside. Big move by Lewis. The McLaren gets carted out wide and nearly hits the wall. Now they're 3 wide heading into Eau Rouge. The BMW, the Red Bull and the Jordan all going through Eau Rouge. Who's going to win out in it? Mike's getting stuck in there. GC there, having to keep an eye on himself. There's a battle for the lead brewing, but Devons keeps ahead of Cameron. That's 3 wide behind 1. Absolutely huge shot there for the Lotus. The BMW struggling there. Cameron Devons is off. Devons is out of the race. That's a huge shot at the Malmedy corner. Devons has led the entire race. And there's what the Lord. There's a huge shunt. There's a massive tactical shunt. 4 cars out on the final few laps. Absolute chaos. Cameron and Phoenix going for it. So Devon's out of the race after a huge shunt. Cameron battling Phoenix. Phoenix gets carted out wide. Carted out wide, should I say, not carted. As now Cameron goes wide off his own accord. Max there in 3rd. Yusuf also went out in that as well. Yusuf bouncing back after a collision earlier in the race. In Retro Racing could finally take that infamous win. It all comes down to the last chicane, but I don't think it's going to be enough for Cameron to win it. Phoenix into the last chicane, depending on penalties, we'll find out about that later, but into the last chicane. Out of the last chicane, Phoenix finally wins here in Spa ahead of Cameron. Then comes Exact Max Clark, then comes Lewis, then comes God Chaos, who didn't have a penalty, so he goes up to 2nd. Then comes Duck the Noob. What an absolute unexpected end to this race on those last 3 laps. Devon's having the win stripped away from him yet again. Oh my lord. I feel honoured to have commented on that. Thank you very much, everyone. I can't see you right in front of me. Fuck. Okay, that's gonna be a recurring theme. How do you say it? Theme throughout the entire race. I'm leading. Oh, wow, wow, hitting walls is not fun. Lap 2 of the Indy 100. 100 laps of the Indianapolis Speedway. Wow. Turning in late is not fun. That's that one. Here we go then, 5 lights on in front of the drivers here in the Dutch Grand Prix, and we are rolling in the Netherlands here in retro racing, and it's a pretty decent start. The Ferrari's getting away well down the inside for the Brawl of God. Chaos is going to be a tie. What is this car doing a wheelie at turn 1? Not too sure what's happened. There's been a big melee at the back as well. There's a spinning Mercedes. One of the red Mercedes are off, and that's Dan getting in a bit of a tangle with one of the rookies of TJ and Rekid in the Lotus. 3 wide nearly between all of them. They head through as T-Kid and Dan, and Devins and the BMWs both swapping places, as well as Devins having a mid slide. As we have Tiny, oh, there's a car off, oh my lord, there's a huge shot. Techno gets absolutely wrecked off, and it's a virtual safety car. That was an absolute assassination. We also have a Mercedes off of Hexy down just on the exit of Hugenholz, passing the Logan Sargent graveyard. And now the Ferrari swapping places, everyone coming to a halt here, and I think there's even been a bit of a shunt here. Nearly, we have TJ getting past Rekid and going after Dang. As we now have further back in the field, it looks like there's a battle. There is 3 cars going at it. Synonym Venom getting a bit slippery on the exit there. Is now heading through the section there. Kai's gone off. Kai, the Ferrari's gone off. The Retro Le Mans Series champ is off, and now he's struggling with the rest of everyone else, side by side between the leaders. And is that away for GC? GC, oh, that looked a bit naughty. It looked like he went on throttle then off throttle again, which is quite a dangerous thing to be doing. But heading into Star 1, they're 3 wide further back. What's that? 4 wide. In Star 1, there's a big move. Dang, that's gone into Star 1. And dang, that was a dive bomb. Whoa, lovely. Oh, there's chaos. There's cars at the wall. Dark Noob and Synonym Venom crash into the wall. Meanwhile, there's a side by side between TJ Plays and Gold Chaos. Did Rika just go off? Yeah, he did. Devins just went off. Devins in the wall after such a good start. He is off, and that's another virtual safety car after all that chaos. So that lasted. As Rekid and Dang nearly collide, we have Phoenix in the pit. No, Phoenix is round with TJ Plays at turn 1. What on earth is happening here in retro racing? I don't know. There must be something in the air in this league, because oh my lord. Well, that happened. So we're back onto safety car here in retro racing after what can only be described as 3rd degree chaos. I wonder if there will be a red flag, but I'm not too sure. It's oh, what on earth's happening here? They're all stopped at the top of town, at the top of Hugenholz corner. DXR, his undercut attempt going even more to shame as he now has traffic to overcome. He's got HF to battle, and HF in the blue brawn, making it very tough for the Ferrari. The Ferrari sends him to the Shadow Realm, and now Techno's gonna get by, is he? I think Techno, who's a lap down, now getting ahead of DXR. HF is still ahead. This is nightmare stuff for DXR, getting into petty scraps when he's trying to jump big up Maguire. That's going to pretty much determine who's going to come out ahead. I'd say to pick up Maguire, pit now. Pit right now. Because otherwise, you're going to come out way behind later on. Pit now, pit now. He hasn't pit. That's a shame. But he's pulling away from DXR. DXR on the hards now. As Techno now, a bit of miscommunication, and Techno killed DXR. Kai has been put in the wall, and that's another safety car. And actually, pick up Maguire, fair play to you. You didn't pit. As Kai is now out of the race. Kai has crashed into the wall just before the banking underpass. That is a shame. The Ferrari of Kai into the wall. And now Synonym Venom, the teammate of Big Up Maguire, now going past the crashed and burnt DXR. I think DXR tried to get by on the inside. Techno wanted to let him through on the outside. Then the two of them looked like they just tried to switch places while they were alongside each other, and that caused a lot of contact. And ultimately the end of both of their races. For the lead of the race. And is a move going to be made? It is. Deep on the brakes. He goes for the inside. He makes contacts. Felix gets through. The white and blue Ferrari gets ahead of the blue Brawn. But the Brawn comes back through Curva Grande. Making it stick into the second chicane. Gets ahead of the blue Ferrari. He gets it done. Yeah, DXR. Unsurprisingly not happy with that incident with Oscar Nater. As we have Lewis currently in a little train here with Max, Maguire himself and Kian Wright. Head through and there's a car off again. Devins is off again. This race has gone downhill for him completely. But the Senna BMW livery, it's gone in the wall with Techno. It's gone round for Devins. And currently trying to catch up to these lot in 6th. But here we go. Lewis defends. Or is he attacking? I'm not too sure. He's left himself open now. And Maguire slides through like a smooth criminal almost. You could call it Michael Jackson. As we head into turn 1 again. Maguire, the only one in the race without a penalty. So he will get ahead of Kian on aggregate. Depending on if that penalty gets taken off. 3 cars abreast into turn 1. Lewis goes flying off into Imola. And cuts the chicane. He gets a 9-second penalty now. Max in the Senna BMW, under pressure, as to the inside goes Lewis, but Max holding his own on the outside. Meanwhile that whole squaggle of cars in the background as Lewis gets ahead of Max. Absolutely critical for this race, or does he? Because on the outside of Lesbo 2, Techno goes through. Davins goes through, should I say. Davins takes his teammate and takes the McLaren. Great stuff. As look at the swarm of bees heading into the Ascari chicane. As the BMWs of XM Max and Devins are side by side, Lewis gets sent to the Armco. The 3 BMWs are only separated by this Renault down the inside, and there's contact. The Renault off, and there's a massive pile up again. It seems to be an absolute it seems to be traditional here in retro racing to have a massive pile up, and it's happened again. This time it's Techno causing the carnage, as Kian right now on his debut up in P4. As Devins, or it might be his second race, I'm not too sure, I wasn't here for Canada, but Devins side by side with his teammate Max and gets ahead of the other BMW Sauber driver. As you can see, the BMW driver is sporting a Senna livery for today. Meanwhile, Techno into the pits. He was on the outside, but he didn't get the move done. That's because Devins has the straight line speed to get Kian Wright back. The lead for the BMW, and he gets turned at turn 2. A hit there from TTV, and now HF on the inside of Kian Wright. He makes the move now. Next one on the cards is Devins to the inside of the second chicane for the man on the mediums. HF locking up, getting the move done momentarily though, as 3 of them separated by just over half a second to the inside for second place between these 2. The Renault gets ahead of the BMW. But for how much longer? Off wide. Devins in the gravel. Kian romps away from him, and HF takes the lead and keeps it by a big margin. They're all now separated from DRS as well. So that's going to be big for the championship. For the championship, for the race. And for the championship and round. Kian Wright has hit Devins. HF is off as well. Big Sean. They've all got off. As Kian Wright